Thank you, Madam President. There's a phrase that resounds with me: if you can't be it, then you can't see it. And I think the exposure of making sure that our children see what we do each and every day is critically important to their development. I remember, and I sponsor this resolution every year, and I've spoken about how in the past, and for good reason, it was just take your daughters to work day. But my dad, he would bring me along because he wanted me to see what a workplace experience looked like. And I'm glad to take your daughters and sons to work day. But one of the things that's really important to me as a parent, continuing to read the names of my daughters into the permanent record of the state of New York, Giada Bailey and Karina Bailey. You know, I often love to do that when I speak, and it's critically important so that in the future, whenever it is that they are studying state legislation or the state, that they know that their dad was doing something to make sure that their names were there. And those of us who are legislators, I think we do that with our children, and whether in the Assembly or in the Senate. Bronx Assemblywoman Chantel Jackson brings her son TJ so many different places, and I think that is remarkable and incredible because, quite frankly, in the halls of government, many of us didn't see this space until we were adults. And so I think being able to see this space, this august chamber and the chambers in the Senate and the Assembly, is critically important for those of us who are legislators to bring our children to the confines of the state capitol so that they can see what we're doing and how important it is to the work that we do. But it's not just limited to legislators. It is to any profession that, quite frankly, would permit you to bring your child to work. And I know that we have constraints based upon COVID and bringing certain people who may not necessarily be in that specific service title to work, but I would encourage all of us, anybody listening or anybody that can bring their child to work, to see what they do. I think it is critically important. We may forget certain things that we do as parents, but the children don't forget it. I remember, because my dad worked downtown, and I remember taking that long train ride, and I remember reading the newspaper, my very own copy of the newspaper, next to my dad who was reading the newspaper. I was about, I think, 4 years old, but it was a pivotal moment that I won't forget. And quite frankly, I don't know if my dad remembers that, but I remember it. And our kids will remember the times that they've come to the Capitol, that they've gone to the precinct, that they've gone to the firehouse, that they've gone to the school, that they've gone to whatever place of work or line of business that their parents are in, so that they can see that their parents contribute something great to society, and that our children are on track to contribute something greater to society. As I close, I look at my role, my Venn diagram role as a legislator and as a father, and I think that as a legislator and as a father, there's a simple role that we have. As a legislator, your job is to make sure that your community was left better than it was before you started running, before you took office. Your job as a father, my job as a father, is to make sure that my daughters are way better at life than I was. And so the exposure to the professions that we have, both critically important in terms of the work that our children will do. Because at the end of the day, at some point in the future, this won't be my desk. This won't be any of our desks. These will be the desk of some child maybe watching right now, maybe paying attention to the transcripts. This room will be populated with somebody who is a child right now. Take them, expose them, let them see what we do. Thank you, Madam President.